Shalom, shalom fam, this is your Aki Indie Beats. Welcome you to a video for the Bearing Fruit series on Yah's Tube. I know how I always ask the fam if they have any unique skills or traits with planting or carpentry or anything like that to see if they can record videos and upload it, or send it to me and I'll upload it, so that way we can have a video resource of just some things that we can get back to the basics, something that maybe a lot of our ancestors possibly use. So with that being said, today is the first time me and my family are making organic toothpaste. So wanted to record the video so that way I can get it out to the fam, so that way if anybody else wanted to experiment with different measurements or different increments of ingredients, they can go ahead and put their version up as well too. So there's a couple things that you're going to need. Also shout out to cultivation and Moshe, because I seen a while ago last year they actually made some on their own, and they posted pictures of it on Facebook. And shout out to the Aki Yamil down in Texas for posting videos and giving little tutorials on him building this chicken coop. Stuff like that is what we definitely want to be able to saturate Yah's Tube with. So today we're going to need a couple different things. One, if you don't already have it, some measurement spoons, teaspoons, tablespoons, doesn't matter if they're plastic or aluminum, doesn't really matter. A bowl, something for you to mix all the ingredients in. Spoon, there's something else so you could actually mix after you add all the ingredients to the bowl. A container, something you can store your organic toothpaste in. This is just some organic baby food that we have for the babies. In a moment I'm going to show you what we have to do to this bottle in order for us to store our organic toothpaste. Some organic coconut oil. Definitely want some organic coconut oil. If you don't have organic coconut oil in your area, you can order it like off of eBay or Amazon, but most health food stores has it. Even Crisco now makes a organic coconut oil that you can actually buy at Walmart and stuff like that. So definitely get you some organic coconut oil. Some peppermint oil. I actually did some research and I found out there actually is a difference between peppermint oil and peppermint extract. So I'll break that down to the fam real quick. Pretty much peppermint oil is 100% organic oil that comes directly from the actual plant itself. An extract is a little bit of peppermint oil or peppermint, whatever they use, the ingredient, and there's a ton of other extra stuff that's not necessary to you trying to create something organic. So definitely do not use peppermint extract, use peppermint oil. This is Nature's Bounty, and I got this in the vitamin section of Walmart. It was only about like $5 or whatever. Coconut oil doesn't cost more than $10 either. You're going to need some all-purpose baking soda. I just decided to use Arm & Hammer because it's good and I've always used it, so why change up now? Some hydrogen peroxide, which everybody should have at least one of these bottles in their house. If not, you can pick them up from a dollar store or Walmart, anything like that. Definitely use that. This is definitely going to help with the whitening of your teeth, and also you can use it as an actual mouthwash itself. So if you want to get away from like harsh and abrasive mouthwashes, you can utilize hydrogen peroxide with some water and make your own mouthwash solution, because this will definitely kill a lot of the bacteria that cause bad breath and things like that naturally. What else? Oh, and calcium tablets. I found that this is very important after doing some research. online. This was only about like $7 at Walmart or any health food store or anything like that. And it definitely helps with making sure that your teeth are still getting the calcium it needs in order for them to continue to be strong. And this is definitely, you see right here it says bone health. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend this up, because as you can see it's in tablet format. So I'm actually going to put all of this in my Ninja blender, which is over here, and break it down into a powder consistency, and I'm going to store that powder back in this container so that I can utilize it whenever I need to. It actually has an expiration date of 2019, so I'm pretty sure this will all be used way before 2019. And only thing else I have is some tape. I'll show you what I'm using the tape for. And I have my blade and my container for my Nutra Ninja blender, so I can break down these tablets into powder form. So with that being said, first thing we're going to have to do, because we're using hydrogen peroxide, if you ever notice when you buy peroxide that is always in a dark container, but because for some reason light affects the attributes of hydrogen peroxide. It starts to separate the chemicals, so they keep it in a dark container. So the same thing with us using this as an ingredient for our organic toothpaste, we're going to have to put it in an opaque container or something that's dark, that's not translucent, so that way we can keep the light from separating the chemicals and having the hydrogen peroxide not be effective. So what I want to do is, since this is going to be my container, and since I didn't have anything else, I always like to use glass, because depending on if it's hot or anything like that, I don't have to worry about the chemicals from the plastic start to seep into my organic mixture. So I'll just utilize this baby food container with this painter's tape. So I'm just going to tape this entire bottle up as much as possible. And we're going to be storing this in a cabinet anyway, so it's not going to actually have too much access to light on a daily basis. But still, I want to be able to tape this entire body up of this bottle, so that way no light is interfering with the actual peroxide and changing its properties. So tape this up, and I just use painter's tape mainly because it's the first thing I grabbed. Pretty sure you can use Gorilla Tape, Scotch tape, duct tape, whatever you decide to use. But if you ever decide to use this container for something else other than your organic toothpaste, then I would suggest using a tape like painter's tape that can be removed fairly easy without leaving any of that tape residue that you would get from using something a little bit more industrial like duct tape or that Gorilla Tape. So far I got the entire outside of it taped up, and I can easily write on that with a Sharpie marker just so I can know exactly what it is. I also want to make sure that the bottom is also taped up as well too. Alright, so here we go. Bottle completely wrapped up. No light can enter, no light can escape, which is definitely ideal for the contents of this mixture. Alright, next thing I want to do, at first we're just going to maybe just grind up a couple, but since I'm not going to be taking these as a supplement on a daily basis for any other reason but making organic toothpaste, I'm just going to grind the whole entire body up into powder, so that way I can use it anytime I need to. Alright, put all the calcium in here. Also too, just a little FYI, if anybody's ever curious on how they make powdered sugar, this is exactly how you do it. You would just put however much sugar you want inside of a blender, either like a regular blender like I have back here or the Ninja blender, and just blend it up for like 5 minutes, and it'll actually take the consistency of the crystals down to powder, and that's how you get homemade powdered sugar, so you don't have to waste money buying it from the store. But that's just a little FYI for the blender. Alright. So I just want to make sure we get this in here, lock it in place. So these Ninja blenders are pretty good at making the consistency pretty refined and making sure that it's consistent all over. But I always like to just double check to make sure that there's no pills left over in there that didn't get grinded up. But I never had that issue out of this blender ever. So now that I have that in here, okay, so as you can see, it looks like just regular old flour. That's why you want to make sure that you put it back into the container that it came in, or if you put it anywhere, you want to make sure that you label it, since you don't want to be cooking stuff with pure calcium with the assumption that it was flour or sugar or anything else that you might have in your pantry that's the same color. So I'm just going to, with a funnel a little bit later on, just put it right back into this container and store this in my cabinet, so that way I'll have it for later on. But for right now, for demonstration purposes, we're going to keep it in here just so I can access it and get the amount of ingredients out for that. So just give me 1 second. For this mixture, you're going to need these amounts of ingredients. The proportion wise, you're going to need 6 teaspoons of baking soda. You're going to need 1/4 teaspoon of hydrogen peroxide. It says 3%, and if you see right here, it says 3% on here as well too. I'm actually not on my DSLR, so hopefully you can see the 3% on there. You want 2 tablespoons of the coconut oil, which we have right there. And you want to have at least 10 drops of peppermint, clove, or citrus pure essential oil. I decided to go with peppermint because peppermint smells really good and they keep your breath pretty smelling good as well too. But you can use whatever you like in your taste, however you want your breath to smell after you utilize the toothpaste. But I just like peppermint because it just smells good. A lot of gum and Banaka and a lot of other breath fresheners use peppermint anyway, so I just wanted to keep it consistent with that order. So the first thing I want to do is the instructions that I downloaded offline was pretty straightforward. They want us to put the baking soda in the bowl and add the other ingredients to the mix so you can kind of control your consistency. So I'm going to go ahead and put the baking soda in there first. So we want 6 teaspoons of baking soda. Now later on, if you find out that the amount that you made is not enough, then you can go ahead and just re-add more of the same level of ingredients to the mixture, and it'll double it or triple it, whatever like that. So for me, I'm probably going to double everything just because, I just want to make sure that I have at least half of this bottle filled up. So that's what I'm going to do. So instead of 6 teaspoons of baking soda, I'm actually going to use 12. And this is my 1 teaspoon spoon measurement, and that's what I'm going to grab. So I'm going to put 12 in here. Alright, so now we got the 12 in there of my baking soda. Next thing I want to do is add my other parts to it until we get like a paste texture. And you can add small amounts of baking soda back if it's a little bit runny, or you can add more coconut oil if it looks a little bit dry, and then you can taste it once you add your peppermint oil in there if you want to add more oil to it, and give it a little bit more flavor. That's really up to you. So next thing I want to do is I want to add my 1/4 teaspoons of hydrogen peroxide. So since I don't, well actually I do have 1/4, but since I'm doubling it, I'm just going to use my half. So this is my half teaspoon right here. Actually, first I probably want to add my coconut oil first, just so I can get a consistency going, because I know once I add the hydrogen peroxide to the baking soda, it's going to start to fizz a little bit. So I want to put the coconut oil in there first. And coconut oil has a solidified consistency until it reaches above, I think, 70 degrees, and then it starts to turn into like a liquid. So with this, it would normally account, as per my instructions, that I had 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, but I'm going to use 4 just because I'm doubling everything. So mind you, fam, this is my first time making this, so everything right now is pretty much trial and error. So I'm just taking the consistency of the coconut oil and the baking soda and pretty much just mixing it all together, just so that when I add the peroxide, that it won't fizz up all of the baking soda without it being mixed into the coconut oil first. And like they said, if the consistency isn't to your desire, you can add more baking soda to make it a little bit more thicker if you want it to be consistent to that of your toothpaste that you normally like to use. I've researched online. I think you can buy generic toothpaste tubing that you can pretty much insert this into, so it'll pretty much be like your own toothpaste tube that you would buy from the store. So for me, I'm just going to utilize this jar in the meantime, and then maybe if I get a hand on one of those toothpaste jars for organic homemade toothpaste, I'll post a picture or just post another quick video for the Bear and Fruit series, just to show y'all what that looks like. So as you can see, this is what the consistency looks like right now. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and add my half of a teaspoon of the hydrogen peroxide. Looks like a little bit more got in there, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to be an issue at all. So let me go ahead and mix that up in there as well. Now what I'm thinking, the way it looks right now, I'm probably going to wind up adding a little bit more baking soda to make the mixture a little bit more pasty for my own preference, just because I know after I add these 20 droplets of peppermint oil that it's going to add a little bit more liquid to this paste and make it a little bit more runny. But like I still have the calcium back there. So now the thing is, the instructions that I had didn't have a measurement for calcium. I just looked online and saw that actually adding calcium to your mixture is suggested just to keep your teeth healthy. So I'm just going to measure off maybe like a tablespoon or so on there and add that to it. So right now I'm going to go ahead and add the 20 droplets of the peppermint oil. Alright, so it looks like 21 dropped in there. Like I said, fam, this is my first time, so hey, if 21 is good, 21 is good. So I'm still mixing it up. Alright, so it's looking pretty good so far, consistency wise. So now I'm going to head and add my calcium. Alright, I'm going to add maybe 1 tablespoon of that. Let's see how that turns out. Alright, and of course a lot of it got stuck in here because it was already wet from adding the coconut oil. So I'll just add just a little bit more, and this will also make our teeth a lot healthier. We won't have to be adding that poisonous fluoride to our system. And I'm pretty sure, like, if anybody has bad teeth right now, that this will probably help out a lot with help with the rejuvenation of the oral health. Now I could have put this in a blender, but to be honest with you, hand power is actually getting it as a really good consistency as it is. So I'm okay with just stirring it up with an actual spoon. So for me, this right here does not look like toothpaste to me. So I'm actually going to add a little bit more baking soda just so I can get that consistency that I'm used to. And like I said, I'm just going to freehand that because, like I said, the instructions are just a basis. I mean, I'm pretty sure that a lot of other people are going to add different things to it that might be a little bit more beneficial. So that's really up to you and your personal preference. Cool. So I know a lot of people will probably add a little bit more peppermint oil because I know baking soda naturally has a salty taste, and that might be a little bit harsh or abrasive for a lot of people's palate, especially when you're switching over to brushing your teeth with this. So I might wind up doing that myself just because I don't want it to be real salty. Maybe 5 more droplets. Alright. That looks good to go. And then actually that peppermint oil is strong. So you can really smell it when you add it to it. And like I said, other people might add other essential oils to it. That's really up to your preference. Like I said, I just like the peppermint oil because of its it's appealing to most people on the breath, orally. So I mean, I like it. So this is the consistency I have. It's a little bit thicker than before, which is okay with me, and I can definitely put that on my toothbrush and actually not have to worry about it running off. It'll actually sit there. So hallelujah for that. Alright, shalom again, fam. So just a little quick update. I know I just recorded the video, but I let my wife taste it, and like I told you, it is pretty abrasive at first. But this is, I mean, we have to get used to stuff like this, because this is the stuff that just want to make our oral a lot healthier. The cool thing about this, and I'm reluctant to mention, was that this is okay for you to accidentally swallow. So it's not like with toothpaste where it has all those warning labels or not to swallow anything. Like, this is completely, I mean, healthy for you. And another thing that my wife was thinking about doing, like they have in a lot of the actual toothpaste too, is adding cinnamon to it, because that's something else you can add to. I've seen a lot of cinnamon toothpaste out there as well too. So that's just another suggestion. And like I said, I look forward to having all your comments below, and hopefully we'll have a lot more videos like this up for tutorials for all our benefit. So that is it. That is my tutorial on how to make homemade toothpaste. I would suggest just getting online and just Googling some other alternatives. I know they have some other ingredients you can add to this actual mixture that'll help out orally as well too. But this is just the basics, and if anybody has any things to suggest or add to it, definitely shoot me an email at yastube@gmail.com with any comments or concerns, or if you have a video of your own with a personal mixture that you've made, definitely send that to me as well too. And definitely be more to come with tutorial videos like this for bearing fruit on YasTube. This is your Aki Indie Beats. Shalom and Yah bless.